Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the May 26th, 2026 legislative session of the Town of Ossining. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Councilmember Manicchio, absent. Councilmember Phil Tawil, absent. Councilmember Wines,
Present.
Deputy Supervisor Mayor,
Present.
Supervisor Philman,
Present.
Supervisor and Town Board announcements.
Hey, the Ossining LGBTQ plus flag raising is scheduled for this Saturday, May 30th at noon, located in Market Square and partnered with the Hudson Valley Queer Collective. Westchester Collaborative Theater Music in the Box shows continue on May 30th with timeless singer-songwriters. The show is scheduled to start at 7:30 p.m. and will be performed by Peter Callow and Ann Carpenter. For tickets and more information, please visit wcttheater.org. St. Anne's Festival is scheduled to start next week, June 2nd, very early. This annual festival is scheduled to run from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. each night until June 7th. Enjoy food, games, rides, and much more at this favored family fun event. Ossining Juneteenth flag raising is scheduled for Friday, June 5th at 6 p.m., also located at Market Square. Old Mill Singers present a tapestry of American song. Rich blend of American music will be performed at the Clearview School in Briarcliff on Saturday, June 6th and Sunday, June 7th. As part of the 0250 event, Open Door Care Network has partnered with village historian Joyce Sherrock Cole to present From Spiritual Care to Modern Medicine, How Ossining Learned to Heal Itself. This program offers a storytelling experience revealing 250 years of local healing. The free event is scheduled for Thursday, June 11th, starting at 7 p.m., located at 2 Church Street. More information, contact foundation at odfmc.org. The Elks Flag Day ceremony is scheduled for June 14th at 4 p.m. Program honoring the American flag will include musical performances by the Westchester Women's Chorus, the history of the flag as told by the Elks, will be joined by the Ossining historian Carolyn Curvin, who will recount interesting local history. All are welcome to join us at this Ossining waterfront event for free. There will be giveaways too, and the American Legion. Great news for our weekend travel. The Ossining Haverstraw Ferry weekend service will run hourly on Saturdays and Sundays through October 31st, providing a convenient connection to Metro North trains and making it easier than ever to enjoy our scenic waterfront. Moderate income households in New York may now qualify for monthly discounts on their utility bills through the Expanded Energy Affordable Program, AP. Learn more, visit nyeeap.com/program. Jazz at the Lodge returns every Thursday night. Visit jazzathelodge.com for the schedule and details. Sustainable Westchester wants to remind everyone the Grid Rewards program is free to join, and you can get paid by simply being smart with your electrical usage. Visit sustainablewestchester.org for more information. 2026 Summer Sailing Club program has open registration. Supported by the Ossining Community Sailing Club, this program is ready for those who want to learn or already know how to sail. For more information, contact the club at membershipOSC@yahoo.com. Neighbors Link is a great source of information and community resource for our immigrant population. You can visit their website at www.neighborslink.org. Click resources to register to attend informational webinars about knowing your rights in both English and Spanish, or to find contact information for trusted professionals. The Ossining Public Library hosts many events and is undergoing some renovations, so please visit their website at ossininglibrary.org for more information. The Luff LGBTQ Plus Community Center has everything from events and programs, resources and presentations, all dedicated to providing support to everyone who is a part of the LGBTQ plus community, including many virtual and in-person support groups, clubs on a multitude of different topics. Their website at loftgaycenter.org for more information. And for many more fun and interesting events being held locally, you can look at the supervisor's update on the supervisor's webpage to see. Restaurant, what do they call it? Hungry on the Hudson is coming up another week. Looks good. And they are going to be, Chamber and the police department are partnering together to have movie night with National Treasures following our historic theme for the year. My colleagues have anything? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Public comment on agenda items. Visitors are accorded 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on any of the resolutions on the agenda. Do we have anybody online? Board resolutions, approval of minutes, April 12, 2026, resolved that the Dunbar Town of Ossining hereby approves the April 12, 2026 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. I have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report, resolved that the Dunbar Town of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated May 26, 2026 in the amount of $307,472.46. I have a motion.
So moved.
Favor?
Board of Assessment Review appointment, Jackie Saw, resolved that the town board hereby appoints Jackie Saw to the Town of Austin Board of Assessment Review to serve a 5-year term set to expire on September 30, 2030. I have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Resolution
Designating.
designated recipient of voluntary animal shelter contribution pursuant to New York State Agriculture and Market Law, Statute 109, whereas the New York State Agriculture and Market Law, Statute 109, as amended effective December 2025, requires that municipalities include in the dog license application and renewals an option for voluntary contribution to support the animal shelters. And whereas pursuant to such a law, voluntary contributions collected in connection with the dog licenses are be provided to the organization under contract with the municipality for animal shelter service. And whereas the town of Austin currently contracts with the SPCA of Westchester to provide such service. And whereas the town board wishes to acknowledge and implements the requirement as a statute 109 in a manner consistent with the applicable law. Now therefore be resolved that the town board hereby is acknowledged that pursuant to New York State Agricultural Markets Law, Section 109, all voluntary animal shelter contribution collected in connection with the dog licenses shall be for the benefit of the SPCA of Westchester as the town's contracted animal shelter provider. And before the resolve that the town clerks authorized and directed to update dog license applications, renewal forms and related material to include and clearly identify a voluntary contribution option in compliance with the Section 109, including language stating such as contribution are voluntary and not part of the licensing fee, and identifying the SPCA of the Westchester as the recipient. And before the resolve that the town controller and treasurer is authorized to establish a directed fund and budget line item for the receipt and accounting for such contributions. And before the resolve for all funds collected and pursuant to the program shall be remitted to the SPCA of Westchester not less than annually and might be remitted to one or more frequent basis as determined appropriate by the town's financial officers. And before the resolve that the appropriate town officials are authorized to take all action necessary to implement this resolution, including an administrative and system updates. I have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
New York State Liquor Authority Special Event Permit Application, Austin Fire Department Inspection. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austin hereby authorizes the supervisor to sign an authorization form. The New York State Liquor Authority Special Event Permit Application made by the Austin Fire Department for the Austin Fire Department inspection on June 27, 2026 at Louis Angel Park. And before the resolve that the applicant will provide proof of insurance and the letterman to the town and form acceptable to council to the town. I have a motion.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
New York State Legal Authority Special Event Permit Application 2026 Red River Jump Summer Concert Series and Fireworks Celebration. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austin hereby authorizes the supervisor to sign the landlord authorization form for the New York State Liquor Authority Special Event Permit Application made by the following applicant: the Craft Beverage Choral at the 2026 River Jump Concert Series and fireworks celebration on Louis Angel Park for the following dates. Bender 6 Degree and Les Brewery, June 2 to 2nd. Rain Day 10, Sensical Brewery LLC, June 2, 10, 17, 24, and 32. 31st, August 14, 21, 28, and it's Spain, September 4th. Brothers Fish and Chip, July 2, 10, 17, 24, and 31st. August 14, 21, 28, rain date September 4. Minus Zip LLC, July 2, 17, 24, 31st, and August 28 with the rain date of September 4. Before the resolve that the applicant will provide proof of insurance and the letter to indemnity to the town in the form acceptable to the council of the town. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval contract Village of Croton Hudson EMS. Resolved that the Town Borough Town of Ossining authorizes supervisor to sign an agreement between the Mid Hudson EMS District and the Village of Croton Hudson for the provision of emergency medical technician to supplement Croton EMC 24 hours per day and hourly rate of $48.28. In addition, emergency medical technician from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at the hourly rate of $48.28 effective June 1st, 2026 through May 30, 2027. Motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Approval of contract Village of Sleepy Hollow EMS. Resolved that the Town Board Town of Ossining authorizes the supervisor to sign an agreement between the Mid Hudson EMS District and the Village of Sleepy Hollow for the provision of emergency medical technician to supplement Sleepy Hollow EMS 12 hours per day at the hourly rate of $48.28 effective June 1st, 2026 through May 30, 2027, excuse me. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Real property tax payment plan 7-01 Brock Club Drive, whereas in addition to collecting real property tax of itself, the town of Austin is required to collect county and school district taxes with the honors of the town to make this Saxon's jurisdiction whole of the uncollected taxes. And whereas the town board pursues to Chapter 180, Article 5, the town code is authorized by the New York Rail Property Tax Law, Section 1184, may enter into installment plan for payment of all delinquent taxes as well as interest on penalties, and the town board does occasionally on its sole discretion grant such as plan, providing the owner, the property, and the payment plan meets the requirements of the town code law. Whereas the receiver tax has been approached by the property owner requesting a short-term plan, a payment plan for delinquent taxes in the property at 7-01 Brookcliffe Drive, tax parcel ID 80.19-1-35, which provide payment plan complies with the town code and state laws. And now therefore be resolved that the town board hereby grants the aforementioned plan to the owner of the property at 7-01 Brookcliffe Drive, with the understanding that this said not proceeding going forward for this and any other properties in the future. I have a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Real property tax payment on 10-02 Brightcliff Drive South, whereas in addition to collecting real property taxes of itself, the town of Austin is required to collect county and school district taxes with the honors of the tax to make the Saxon jurisdiction whole for any uncollected taxes. And whereas the town board pursues to Chapter 180, Article 5 of the town code is authorizes by New York Real Estate Town Law, Section 1184, may enter into installment plan for payment all the delinquent taxes as well as interest and penalties, and the town board does occasionally and its sole discretion grant such a plan, providing the owner the property on the payment plan met the requirements to the town code and state law. Whereas the receiver tax has been approached by the property owner requesting a short-term payment plan for the delinquent taxes of the property at 10-02 Brightcliff Drive South, tax parcel ID 80.19-1-1/16./1002, which process payment plans complies with the town code and state law. And now therefore we resolve that the town board hereby grants the aforementioned plan to the owner of the property at 1002 Briarcliff Drive South with the understanding that this sets not precedent going forward for this or any other properties in the future. I have a motion.
So moved.
Favor?
Aye.
Authorizing assessment reductions and refund 100 Revolutionary Road, whereas the town assessor issue a Form RP 566 application for refund and credit for real estate for the property known as 100 Revolutionary Road 97.15-1-38 to correct the clerical error on the 2025 assessment roll that resulted in overpayment by the property owner of the real property taxes in 2026. And whereas the executive director of the Westchester County Tax Commission has approved the application pursuant to real property tax law statute 5507C, and now therefore we resolve the town board of town of Ossining hereby authorizes the town controller and town budget office and any other appropriate staff and official to take the necessary action to facilitate and effectuate a refund of real property taxes of the owner at 100 Revolutionary Road in the amount of $80.52, $64.23 general fund, and $16.29 ambulance district. Be further resolved that the notation shall be made in the margin of the assessment roll indicating the refund. I have a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution authorizing of payment, whereas the town board previously authorized payment of Lawrence Samaritan, 1642 Road 9, Garrison, New York, 10524 in the amount of $2,083.53 to settle a claim of automobile damage by the town vehicle and December 29, 2025, and whereas Ms. Samaritan has sought to modify the amount to include additional costs associated with the claim, and now therefore we resolve that the town board hereby authorizes the payment amount to be adjusted to $2,380.87 without any acknowledgement or admission of liability by the town upon Ms. Samaritan. One, executing a release to the satisfaction of counsel to the town, waiving any additional claims against the town related to this alleged incident, and two, providing a complete W-9 to the town to record-keeping purposes. And be further resolved that town board will not consider any further request by Mrs. Samaritan to modify the terms of the resolution unless directly by the court of competent jurisdiction. Have a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Local Law 1 of 2026, creating Chapter 93 of the Town Code entitled Filming. Whereas the Town of Ossining has been approached by individuals, groups, and entities seeking to engage in filming activities on public property and rights-of-way owned by the town and private property within the unincorporated town. And whereas while the town board believes that such filming activities are generally beneficial to the town by bringing attention to town assets and supporting local businesses and attractions, one, ensure such activities are conducted in a safe, orderly, and transparent manner. Two, prevent conflict with or harm to town interests. Three, prevent temporary adverse impacts to residents and businesses to the extent possible. Four, effectively provide municipal resources and controls when appropriate. And five, ensure orderly administration of such activities with uniform policies and procedures readily available to prospective filmmakers. The town board seeks to enact legislation regulating filming within the unincorporated town of Ossining and on town properties. Whereas the town board held a duly noticed public hearing at its legislative session on May 12, 2026, and members of the public having the opportunity to attend and be heard. Public hearing was closed on May 12, 2026. And whereas said local law has been on the desks of members of the town board for at least 7 days exclusive of Sunday prior to the adoption of this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board hereby issues a negative declaration pursuant to the Environmental Quality Review Act, determining this action will not have a significant adverse environmental impact, as this law will regulate and restrict filming activities that are currently occurring without such controls. It further resolved the town board, after deliberation finds that it is in the furtherance of the safety, health, and well-being of the persons and property in the town, best interest of the town to adopt said local law. Town board hereby adopts local law number 1 of 2026. And be it further resolved, the town clerk is directed to enter such local law in the minutes of this meeting into the local law book for the town of Ossining. Publish said minutes in a newspaper published in the town, if any, or in such newspaper published in the county in which such town may be located, having a circulation in such town. Affidavits of said publication shall be filed with the town clerk, and to file a copy of said local law with the Secretary of State of New York. As amended.
So moved.
We had to do a
All
roll
in
call.
favor as amended?
Is roll call.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call.
Local. Councilmember Manicchio is absent. Councilmember Phil Tawil is absent. Councilmember Wines.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor,
Aye.
Supervisor Feldman.
Aye.
All in favor.
Yes.
Personnel appointment Parks Department. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Ossining appoints Aldo Conte Ossining to the probationary full-time position to the park groundskeeper start effective June 9, 2026 at the prorate annual salary of $71,929 pending completion of personnel documents. To have a
So
motion.
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Visitor recognition. Visitor record to 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not related to the agenda but the relevance to the common good of the town. Do I have anybody online that would like to speak at this point? No. Do I have a motion to adjourn to SEC?
Advice of council personnel contract.
So moved.
All right, I'd like to thank everybody who took part in the Memorial Day services weekend, both in Ossining and Village of Ossining and the Village of Briarcliff. Important to remember those who made our freedoms possible. And we had a good turnout despite the weather at both communities. Anyway, now it turns nice, so enjoy the week. Next week.